Hello. Hi, Dawn.
Hey, Bonnie, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm wonderful. It's a beautiful sunny day in southeastern Wisconsin, and I think it's like maybe 48 degrees. So it's windy still. So we had a lot of rain yesterday. So
It's a beautiful sunny day in Prescott, Arizona.
woo,
Woo!
woo.
I love it. And you know what? We
Let's
had that wind on the way driving here, and it was incredible. So, but I always think wind dries up the mud. So if it's going to rain and we're going to have mud, then we should have wind to dry it up.
exactly, exactly. And Bonnie, let's just throw this out here. What's really nice about Mary Kay is we have no territories. So you can travel anywhere that you want and take your business with you. So you don't have to stop what you're doing. You can just weave it into what you're doing, where you're driving, things like that. So that's one thing that I
It's been kind of fun.
love about, whoa, lost you.
Whoa.
One thing that I love this business is that you can just take it wherever. So
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So, Dawn, what are we talking about today?
Well, Bonnie, this is something that in Mary Kay, it is like you go to college. You learn how to be a marketer, you learn how to be a financial person, you learn how to sell, you learn how to be the president. You learn things about your like motivating yourself. But the DISC is something that is a personality assessment that is very good to learn. um, Good to know for yourself. It's good to know for who you live with, your children, because if you want them to get the best results of when you're interacting with them, it's just good to know how to deliver information to them. Correct?
Well, it's just sometimes it's good for your own information, just who you are, and that you are who you are, and it's
Yes.
okay. It's okay
Yes.
who you are. So, Dawn, I think we should tell what the four letters mean
Yes.
because today we're just going to talk about the D, but
Yes.
let's talk about what the four letters mean. So, everybody, and just because you might be higher in one category, we might call you a D. That doesn't mean you don't have the other ones. It just means that's your dominant one.
Correct. And usually, Bonnie, I do want to start by saying this is when when I first did this, and you get labeled like my D is over the charts. But I I mean, your I is over the charts, my D is over the charts. But I kind of felt like I'm a D. And then I'm like, Dawn, that's not bad. It's just who you are. But then what you can do as in time, you start to weave the other ones in so that, but it's not something that you should say, oh my goodness. I mean, it's not bad that what your
Right.
categories are.
Right.
So, but the
So,
four of them are the D, I, S, and C.
and D
Yes.
stands for
Dominant.
dominant. I
Yes.
stands for influence.
Hmm.
S stands for steadiness. And C
Yes.
stands for conscientiousness.
Yes. Or compliant.
Compliant.
Yes. So, Bonnie, we do have some tools. And the tools that I'm just going to show are there is one that says DISC for team building. And then
Hmm.
there is actually the survey that the consultants can take to figure out where they're at. Does that make
Hmm.
sense?
Yep.
And Bonnie, I'm just going to laugh. One day I was saying something and I said to my husband, you know, this, and he goes, I know what those are. And I'm like, what do you mean you know what those are? I'm like, you're a finance person. He goes, well, they do teach us stuff like that. And he also said something about um not so much the love languages, but what's the other one that they teach?
Myers Briggs.
But then there's one other one where like the woo and
Oh, the strength finders.
strength finders. So you know what? One thing that I love in Mary Kay is that we're always learning. We're always learning. We're
Right.
always growing. We're developing. But the one thing that you and I are going to do for our consultants this whole month is every week we're going to talk about the characteristics of each of the D, I, S, and C, and we're
Mhm.
going to give you information that when you are either trying to sell to a D or if you're trying to team build a D, things that you can focus on or not focus on to make your delivery something that the D would be interested in. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yes,
So, Bonnie,
absolutely.
do you want me to read the little story first?
Yes. And Dawn, before you do that, all of
Yes.
this is found on our website under resources. And so you can check, and it's under team building.
Yes. All right. So, Bonnie, I'm just going to read the little skit. Okay. And there's
Okay.
this little man, and this is what it says. The dominant type D. This study of a person is into immediate results. They want to make things happen, make quick decisions, and love challenges. Their goals are short term and bottom line oriented. They take authority rather than waiting for it to be given. They need an environment in which they have authority, prestige, and power, and the opportunity to create and accomplish on an individual basis. They always are challenging the status quo, full of ideas, soon bored with routine, and their catchphrase is, what have you done today? Or don't just sit there, do something. Or if someone says you can't do that, their answer will be, oh no, stand back and watch. They have high competitive, or they are high competitive. They really like to win. They get angry quickly, but get over it fast and do not hold grudges. This person is motivated by the need for recognition of their accomplishments. The emotions most closely associated with this is anger. We refer to this person as a type D. D stands for dominant. 10% of the population display the dominant behavioral tendency. Words associated with this are demanding, egocentric, ambitious, determined, pioneering, decision, strong-willed, forceful, driving, aggressive, competitive, and inquisitive. Interesting.
Dawn's laughing because she's reading a description of her dominant personality.
And I must say, I am a salesperson in and out. I mean, there's nothing more than, I just love to sell, and it has served me well, and I love to do it. So that's who I am. I love to challenge myself. So what I love about what then is I love to learn how can I can have wins with other people. So that's why, when I said to Bonnie, let's teach other people how to do this. So yes. So Bonnie, if you are sitting with somebody who is a D and you ask them, tell me something about yourself, what will she talk about the most?
She will talk about her job accomplishments. And things that she's accomplished.
Yep. Yeah. And a lot of times it'll be about her job, because that's where a deep personality will be. Yes. What are some of her characteristics?
Her characteristics are results oriented, career focused, makes quick decisions. She's direct, independent, self-confident, and impatient.
Yep. So, Bonnie, should we talk about how to sell to them first?
Sure.
So, Bonnie, I think the first and foremost thing that is great about a D personality is that she will make quick decisions on selling. Sometimes she doesn't even need to try the product. Like, she is a QVC shopper. She's also somebody that all of a sudden you might just get a website order from her because she's heard about it and she'll just go and order it. You just show her the sets and she'll buy. Tell her about the quality product, and like if it's pure retinol, this is what it does. She'll just buy it.
I think the thing to remember with that personality is you don't need a long drawn out anything. You just need to be short.
Yes.
This is what it is. This is the ingredient. This is what it does.
Well, But Bonnie, if you're an I and you're selling to me, I would just be like, I don't want to hear all that stuff. Just tell me the meat and potatoes. And you'd be like, well, I still have to tell you about how great the product is. And I'd be like, nope, no.
Dawn's picking on me now.
Well, no, because if
No,
I'm
I know.
selling to
That's my
you,
personality.
you
Yeah.
know, and next week when we talk about the I, then I'll have to say how I will have to be very, not slow, but I'll have to be deliberate. I'll have to tell her a lot about the company and just take my time. But, you know, the beauty is that, you know, it's just, that's what makes the world go round. And I'm grateful to hang around with you because you make my life more fun.
Thanks, Dawn.
So, Bonnie, if you are doing a career chat with somebody who is a D,
Mhm.
what is
Mhm.
she going to want to know about?
She wants to move fast. She wants to know about the leadership positions,
Yep.
how she can get there.
Yep.
She wants to know she can be independent. She wants the
Yep.
flexibility. She wants to be her own boss. And the appointment needs to be short and to the point. Facts, be brief and thorough. Don't dwell on the fluff. I like fluff. Dawn's not, D's aren't fluff. Provide direct answers, outline steps to leadership notes, and let her do the talking. We'll probably decide quickly.
When she makes up her mind, it'll be, I want to do this and just go. And that's how it is. But I mean, she'll want to know about that she can advance when she wants. It's flexible. How much money she can make. She'll want to know that we, 50% profit and that we get paid 4, 8, 9, 13%, up to 33 or 36% on, orders, that there's a car program, things like that. So, and, I also think she may, that the company's 60 years old, it's financially set,
Yep.
things like that. So that's it. But she'll make a decision quick, and you won't have to do a lot of chatting. There won't be a lot of tell me what would hold you back from doing this. It's going to be a yes or a no. Yes.
Could you say to her something like, what information would you need to know if this is something for you?
Correct. Exactly. Yep. Yep.
That's what I thought.
What else would you need to know? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, but I mean, literally, if you've got products there and you show her this set or this set, which ones, or what would you like to take home today? Don't be surprised if without trying it, she says this and this, because by how you describe it, she'll just buy it. She doesn't need, she doesn't need to be handheld. She'll just take it. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I like hand holding.
Well, and those are the great people, like at Christmas time, they're the ones that come in to your open house and say, I'll take 5 of those, I'll take 6 of those, I'll take 7 of those. And you're just going like this, but I want to sell stuff to you. And you're like, no, you don't have to sell me anything, because
She wants to buy.
She just wants to buy.
Yep.
So, yes. Yeah. So, Bonnie, is there anything else we need to say about D's?
I was just looking. I don't think so. I think go in and take that test. It's kind of fun. And explore in our little website a little bit more about it. And it'll be fun. It's fun when you become aware of these different personality types, and just to know what makes people tick and what makes the world tick. I just think it's kind of fascinating.
Well, and the thing is, once you've done it and you know what the personalities are, you can kind of fake your results, because you might pick differently. So just be honest and quick when you do this. But it's good to find out what your primary one is and your secondary one. But then realize that as you're working with people, there are 4. And when you are good at finding out what that other person is, then you're going to sell more. You're going to be a better salesperson for them, because you're going to provide them information they need. The funny thing is, Bonnie, that so many of us have been around and heard the stories about when the 4 people are in the car and they drive somewhere and you have the 4 different personalities. Well, that might even happen in your family. And so knowing the personalities can even help when you're dealing with family, or if you work in another JOB. These are all skills that you would these courses could cost you hundreds of dollars, and you're learning this in Mary Kay. So
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
So we're
Perfect.
gonna have fun next week. We're gonna be doing the eyes.
We are.
I'm gonna come with rings on each of my fingers next week. Okay.
I don't have any rings on except my wedding ring. I'm pretty low key
Well, that's because you're having
right
fun.
now.
Yes. So yes. All right, Bonnie. Anything else
Okay.
we need to chat about today?
Um, I think that completes it. So I'm anxious to hear what people learned.
Yes. All right.
Okay. Have a great
Bye, Bonnie.
day. Bye bye.